I take the London Underground in the mornings to go to work, and I observe the people around me and see what they do and how they spend the time. One thing I have observed is that more and more there's people that spend their time on the phones, either playing a game with jewels or something like that, or they spend time browsing the TikToks, Instagram, and any social media that have a reel or it has information going on. What's surprising for me is that I see plenty of people on in the carriage glued to their screens and doing what I call thumbing. Thumbing is a way to say all the people that spend time on the social media constantly switching and scrolling through media that in some cases is completely unrelated. It's driven by an algorithm from the app, and they have just like a split second to identify what's that about, is that interesting, and I want to watch. And sometimes it can be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in just 10 seconds. When I look at their faces, I, don't- I don't see them happy. I don't see them feeling I'm using the most of my time. I see them thinking, I have a journey to take on this public transport. What can I do? I know how I'm going to entertain myself. I'm just going to watch this app and see what that gives me. And I get it that commuting, going to work with public transport takes time, and you don't want to feel like there's nothing to do. If I go back in time 20 years ago, the people on the London Underground, they were either listening to music on an iPod, Walkman, Discman, whatever at that time was available, or they were reading the newspaper or a book. Those are the three main things they were entertaining themselves. Each of those had a decision from the person in terms of what he was going to do. In the case of a book, it's like getting to a specific book that you want to read and using the brain to elaborate what's the plot or what it's saying and interpret what the writer is telling you. In the case of a newspaper, decide what section you want to read and then find it because it's news, because it's something relevant to you. And in the case of music, just listen to the music you like that you have selected for that day. Things have changed completely now. And the biggest change I have seen is also the availability of 5G in the London Underground. So even if you are in the carriage, you have signal. Because of that, the apps I mentioned before that are either games or they are social media scrolling endlessly, it's possible. You can you can no longer say, I need to bring something, download it, or have something physical. You can literally get on your carriage, open any app, and you have a flow of data coming to you. And what do you do with it? That for me is the key question. You might say that I'm the one creating reels and creating data in social media. Yes, I am, like millions of people. The purpose I have is to share my experience, my point of view, to tell people, have a thought about your time, what you do with your life. Some other context in social media and in reels is just really to grab your attention, to just catch that moment. And then what people do with the social media. I would like to think that I bring a point of view for people to see life with my perspective. And if you agree, how you can just change that. In the case of the social media, there is just impact, or even just not impact, simply you have that constant scrolling as entertaining yourself, as saying, well, okay, next, 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 next. What do you get out of it? What people get out of it? That's what I struggle to understand. And when I see them leaving the carriage, I don't see them energized. I see them drained, which is quite understandable given they have spent a good amount of time getting so much information that sometimes it's just driven by the algorithm. And they're not expecting it, and it comes to their eyes. How many impacts they have had in that 10, 20-minute journey? 200, 500, 1,000. That's what I believe is important for people to realize and take a conscious decision if that's what they want to do going forward. Not doing it by default, not doing it unconsciously. I'm in a carriage. Let's open the app and let's kill time, as they say, which is an expression that in itself, oh, I'm going to kill some time. Why would you want to kill some time when it's so precious? Time is a very limited resource. Every day we go through, we have less left in our life. Don't kill your time. You can entertain yourself. You can look to consciously think about your day ahead. If you are commuting in the London Underground, as I said, you can look into meditate, rationalize, think what you're going to do, visualize, read a book you like, do so many things. And if it comes to get the information about an app that you follow, make sure it's your followers and you get benefit from it. Dedicating time to social apps is easier than ever. And in mobile phones, you have availability to check how much you have used that app. So you can get a report that tells you per day, per week, whatever you want, how much time you have spent. When you look at that in a weekly report of the time spent on the different apps, it's a great opportunity to have a look and consider, is that how I want to spend my time? How many minutes or even hours I spend every week in a specific app? And do I get the value I want out of it? If you don't get the value, think what you could do with those hours. Think what you can do with the energy you use in those apps that could be used somewhere else. That can be completely transformational. And that's why I say, next time you are in a public transport, commuting, or needing to feel that you have to do something, there's so many things you can do. You can do things without anything in your hands. You can do breathing exercise and visualize your day ahead. You can bring a book that is either entertaining you, or it's a biography, a self-development book, or a training to learn new skill. You can get music that touches you emotionally. So many things that makes you feel present, that makes you feel conscious of what you do. And by doing so, you will have control of your life.